Soon you're going to be doing the refinance of your home. We'll do the closing at our office. And there's a few important things that you need to know. First of all, you have a 3-day right to cancel. It's an important instrument, and we will explain that in detail at the closing. You're going to sign 3 different documents. The first document is called the closing disclosure, which your lender has already sent to you. Essentially, it says how much money you need to bring to closing or how much money you're going to get. Additionally, it tells you what your monthly mortgage payments will be. If you have any questions on that, feel free to give us a call. The second instrument you're going to sign is called a note. A note is very, very simple. It's just like a check. And the difference between the two is what? A check is payable on demand and a note is payable on a periodic basis. At your closing, we'll cover all the details of what your interest rate, the amount you're buying, and your amount of your monthly mortgage payments. And the third is simply the mortgage. A mortgage is a security instrument. It secures your promise to pay under the note to the real estate. And you'll find it to be a very lender-friendly document. First of all, it says you're going to make your payments of principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. This is not going to surprise you what I'm about to tell you. When the lender gets your money, it pays itself first. It pays interest first. The second thing it pays is fees and charges. The third thing it's going to do is put money to your escrow account. The last person who gets paid from that payment is you. Principal gets paid last. It says if you don't make those payments of your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance and keep the property in good repair, the lender can foreclose. If it does foreclose, you have certain rights, and those rights are basically delineated in the mortgage itself. It says you're going to keep the property properly insured and occupy the home as your own. If you don't occupy the property as your own, there's going to be a rider that explains the use of the property. It also states that your loan application was true and your financial health is still the same. It states that you will not discharge any hazardous or store any hazardous materials at the property, and that your note can get sold in the open market at any time, or your loan servicer can get changed. If you have any questions on this, feel free to give us a call at the office. You'll have a bunch of other documents you're going to sign at the closing as well. Things like your W-9, your Uniform Residential Loan Application, your 4506T. These are all documents you've seen before, but federal law requires that lenders have all this stuff re-executed at closing. There's a few other documents like compliance agreement, very common sense. We'll go through that at closing. When you come to closing, please make sure you have a photo ID, and if you need to bring a check, it has to be a bank check, payable to the office. But that's really about it. If you want a complete copy to read before your closing, please let us know. We can send your entire package to you. Just email myself or one of my paralegals a few days before closing and request a copy of your package. When we're done with your closing, we're going to take everything. We're going to scan everything into a file. We'll email you an encrypted copy. If you'd like a hard copy, we'll be glad to give that to you at closing as well. If you have any questions of this, please don't hesitate to call me, call any of my paralegals at the office, or check out our website.